where I be.
Good afternoon, YouTube. Dave here. Coming up into a special report, pretty much. Special video showing of a Hurricane Hanna. Hurricane Hanna is going to be entering the Rio Grande Valley area. It's still out in the ocean, but the conditions are pretty bad already. Already. I'm gonna try to film as much as I can. Hopefully I don't have to do too much editing. I'm gonna try to pick up as much of the hurricane that I can do. For now, I gotta put gasoline, so I gotta put gas in the truck, and I gotta put gas in the truck, so I'm gonna fill up real quick, and I'll be with you in just a bit. We're gonna head on over to the area of Raymondville, Port Mansfield area, which is pretty north of us, because the hurricane is still in the Gulf of Mexico. We're gonna head on over to that town of either Raymondville or Port Mansfield, whichever of those two, to monitor the storm as it comes in. Now, we might make it or we might not. I'm just calculating because of the fact that if there's high winds, although I'm in a four-wheel drive truck, but it's not a high vehicle, but it's not a low vehicle either. I don't want to be in a situation where my vehicle might tip over because of the high wind. But we are gonna go check it out, and we get first-hand look. Pretty much, I can switch the camera over, and you can see that the winds are pretty strong as they are already. And this is the area of South Texas. This would be considered a little bit southern part of Enberg, Texas, north of Pharr, Texas. This is nowhere near my workplace, which is the Austin area. Austin from here is another 7-hour drive north of me. I came down here to the valley because I came to help on my family shutter down the house and get everything ready so that they wouldn't have any problems during to see what damages would be left. And hopefully there's no damages, but hopefully there won't be any damages left behind from the hurricane. I would turn on the news, but I believe it might be copyright, so I would prefer not to even get you to listen to the news right now. I wouldn't want to ruin this video by violating a copyright restriction. So the only thing I can do is maybe just hear it myself and then repeat it up to you all. You, the listeners, the viewers from all around the world. Usually the media, the weather media, can gain access to certain parts of the storm where ordinary citizens, civilians cannot, because of liabilities or whatever. But there's still certain exemptions for essential workers like I am. But naturally, I'm not gonna do something that's life-threatening, as I'm here to take care of my equipment. I'm not here to be risking my life just to make a video. But we're gonna see how it goes. We're gonna try to get as close as we can to the storm. I'm gonna show you the storm real quick, coming out of the radar. Although some reports are saying that it hasn't made landfall, but according to this map here, it has made contact already to land. We will continue this coverage as Hurricane Hanna enters the southern part of Texas. We'll be back after this. As a further update, we are coming up to, we're getting pretty close to the hurricane. I'm going to switch it around so you can see the screen. And this is where I am at, and this is where the eye is at. And even though we could look at the outside fields, it's pretty windy out here, but we're just going to take it as much as we can, because we're not gonna risk our lives just to videotape this. At least I won't. I'm not sure about my passenger. The winds should be, if I get off right now, the wind should be about 55, 60 miles an hour right now. The truck is shaking a bit, and I brought my speed limit down to 55. But as you can see, the palm trees here, they're pretty much being blown like confetti. It won't be long before we hit Interstate 69 West, 69W, which is also known as 77, which is the eastern part of the county. As we continue the coverage here, I'm going to stick the camera outside of the truck because the winds are pretty strong here. I'm not sure you're going As we approach the storm, you can actually see the winds are very, very strong right now. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to hear us because the winds are extremely strong right now, and I'm actually trying to just stay afloat out here. The winds are extremely strong, and I'm actually getting blown away. But we're here in the area of 90 and 88, and things are pretty strong right here. The rain, there's an outer band rain coming out of this side, so we're gonna go ahead and get back inside the truck and see if we can try to get the most of it done. back toward the Edinburgh area because this hurricane is expected to hit Edinburgh also. Not as strong as it is right here. By the time it hits the mainland, because right now we're by the intercoastal area. By the time it does hit the mainland, it'll probably weaken a bit, but it is a slow-moving storm, which means that it will still pick up moisture from the Gulf of Mexico to make it strong. And since it's a fairly big hurricane, the eye pretty much covers about at least 10 to 15 mile wide radius. I am traveling 48 miles an hour, which I wish I could be traveling more, but I'm going against 75 to maybe 80 mile an hour winds right now, which is the outer part of the band of the hurricane. This is me right here, and that's me, which is about half an inch away from the eye, which would make it another 15 miles more, and I'd be inside the eye. I'm gonna go ahead and continue back, because if I keep going forward, it's really gonna be a very life-threatening situation, and it's something that would be worth taking film, but it's not worth the life either. So we're turning around and headed back towards the safety of Edinburgh, even though the hurricane is pretty much following behind us. Let me put the camera outside so you can see what it looks like in the outside. And then you can see in the video and the map here where it shows us right here, and we are not that far from the outer bands, from the southern part of the outer bands. This is the eye of the hurricane right here. It's still in between South Padre Island and Port Mansfield. I'm sorry, North Padre Island and Port Mansfield. But it has made a little bit of landfall, and we got some southern wind, which is these winds that are here right now. This is where we're at right here, where that little dot is at. But I'm gonna bring it out forward a little bit more, and that's what pretty much makes it. Here's Brownsville, and that's Corpus Christi up here. So this is right in the middle area. This is actually headed west-northwest at 18 miles per hour, but has made a slight southwestern turn, which means that it might skip Cameron County, but end up coming out through North Hidalgo County. And this is how it shows here. Now, since we're right here, we're not getting too much of the brunt of the storm right now, even though we are parked north and south. The only thing we feel is the brunt of the wind hitting the truck. But this storm is pretty much naturally headed at a west-northwest, but it's actually inclining towards the south just a bit, and it hasn't stopped its speed of 18 miles per hour. And this is the latest update monitoring. Today is Saturday, and we are at 6:15 p.m. We're actually right in between Edinburgh and Harlingen on the 755 FM 755 roadway, which is a county road that takes it to Raymondville. So basically, we're in between Raymondville and San Manuel, where you can actually see the brunt of the storm. Actually is going to start hitting us in a few minutes again, which means that it will be time to start moving back towards Edinburgh again, and we'll keep you updated. miles from Raymondville, and we got winds coming at approximately 70 miles per hour. The winds are, we're pretty much 2 miles away from Raymondville. The wind, we have the outer band winds, which is the north and southern winds coming in, and it's very, very terrible right now. But we're getting the brunt of the storm right now, and this is that's that way. And it's pretty bad out here because we're barely able to stand up, and we are getting the brunt of the storm. We're expecting this hurricane to come in west-northwest at approximately 18 miles per hour, and we're going to try to get back inside because it's very dangerous out here.